New York City was filled with the hustle and bustle of its never-ending nightlife. However, in one corner of the city, an incident was about to shake the world. An incident involving boxing legend Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was enjoying a quiet evening at home when suddenly his cell phone rang. It was his son, Jamal, who had just come home from school. However, before he could talk for long, the call was disconnected. An uneasy feeling gripped Mike's heart. His instincts as a father told him something was wrong. A few hours later, Mike's fears were confirmed. Jamal never arrived home. A search was conducted around the neighborhood, but there was no sign of him. Tyson, who was usually patient, had now turned into a lion ready to go on a rampage. He contacted the police, but their attitude was very slow and seemed indifferent. Something was fishy. A CCTV footage from a nearby shop was finally found. In the footage, 2 police officers were seen arresting a boy who looked like Jamal and taking him away in a patrol car. Tyson immediately went to the nearest police station, demanding answers. However, all he faced was lies after lies. "We have no reports of your son," one of the cops said dismissively. Tyson held back his emotions, but he knew something was wrong. With the help of some of his friends who still had connections in the investigative world, Tyson made a shocking discovery. A group of racist cops were deliberately swapping black children to wealthy families as part of a human trafficking scheme. Not trusting the authorities, Tyson began his own investigation. He learned that his son had been traded for the son of a wealthy white businessman who worked with the crooked cops. In an old warehouse on the outskirts of town, Tyson found several kidnapped children, including a boy who was supposed to be Jamal's replacement. Tyson wasted no time in barging in. His once weapon-wielding hands were back in action. 1 punch, 2 punches, in seconds the warehouse guards were down. But Jamal was nowhere to be found. "Where's my son?" he snapped, lifting one of the still-conscious guards. "He's been taken away by the police," the man replied in horror. Tyson finally found the location where Jamal was being held, a house owned by a high-ranking police officer who had been the mastermind behind the crime. Without hesitation, Tyson barged in, facing the police who tried to stop him. The sound of bones clashing could be heard as Tyson struck down each policeman who tried to stop him. His iron fists crushed them in seconds. Finally, he reached the room where Jamal was being held. When the door opened, Jamal cried and ran straight into his father's arms. However, before they could escape, the police chief in charge of this scheme appeared, pointing a gun at Tyson. "You think you can get out that easily?" he said with a disdainful smile. Tyson stared at him coldly. In a split second, he leaped forward, dodged the first bullet, and with 1 punch, he shattered the officer's jaw. His gun fell, and Mike Tyson stood over him, glaring at him. With the help of the evidence and footage collected, the scandal was finally exposed. Several of the police involved were arrested, while others tried to escape the law. But Tyson didn't stop there. He vowed to continue protecting his son and his community from such injustice. That night, the world saw not only a fighter, but also a fearless father. And to those who dared to hurt his family, Tyson had only one message: "You will feel my fist." In the aftermath, national media outlets flooded the news with stories of Mike Tyson's bravery. Human rights activists stood behind him, demanding major reforms in policing. Black communities and many others took to the streets, demanding justice and change. Tyson, though a boxing legend, never intended to become a symbol of resistance. But what happened to Jamal gave him new purpose. He decided to start a foundation focused on protecting children from injustice and exploitation. But the threats didn't stop there. There were still people who wanted to silence him, including the remnants of a corrupt police network. Tyson knew his fight wasn't over. One night, he received an anonymous message on his phone: "Stop now or your family will suffer." Tyson just smiled when he read the message. With his fingers still strong, he typed a short reply: "I won't stop. Come if you dare." And in the quiet of the night, the legend prepared to face a new chapter in the fight of his life. Menyadari Garak Jarak Yang Tidak Biasa di Sekitar Rumahnya. Tak Injin Mingambul Riziko, Ia Sejra Mingamankan Keluarganya Dan Mingabungi Beberapa Taman Terperkaya. Siring Waktu Tyson Menyadari Bawa Darinya Diawasi. Swada malam, sat sedang berjalan di sebuah jalanan sepi, sekelompok pria bertopeng mencoba menyerangnya. Namun, mereka tidak tahu bahwa mereka berhadapan dengan petarung terbaik dalam sejarah. Dalam hitungan detik, mereka terkapar di tanah. Dengan bantuan seorang jurnalis investigasi, Tyson mendapatkan informasi bahwa jaringan polisi korup ini lebih besar dari yang ia kira. Ia kini memiliki bukti yang kukup untuk mengganggu sistem. Tyson dan timnya menyusup ke sebuah kantor polisi yang menjadi pusat operasi kejahatan ini. Mereka berhasil mengambil dokumen rahasia dan video yang membuktikan keterlibatan banyak pejabat tinggi. Setelah bukti itu tersebar ke publik, polisi korup mulai memburu Tyson. Namun ia tidak gentar. Ia memutuskan untuk menyerang lebih dulu, mengungkap lebih banyak kejahatan mereka. Di malam yang menentukan, Tyson menghadapi pemimpin jaringan ini dalam duel brutal. Tidak ada ring, tidak ada aturan. Hanya satu tujuan, ketelan. Setelah semua kejahatan terungkap, banyak polisi korup ditangkap. Tyson, meskipun mengalami luka dan kelelahan, berhasil membawa perubahan besar. Kini, ia berfokus pada keluarganya dan perjuangan untuk ketelan yang lebih besar. Saat Tyson menjara segalanya telah usai, ia menemukan kenyataan pahit. Salah satu teman dekatnya, seorang mantan detektif, ternyata terlibat dalam jaringan polisi korup. Pengkhianatan ini membuat Tyson semakin bertekad untuk membongkar seluruh jaringan hingga ke akarnya. Dengan bantuan kontaknya di dunia bawah tanah, Tyson menemukan sebuah markas rahasia tempat dokumen-dokumen penting disimpan. Malam itu, ia menyusup bersama tim kecilnya, menghadapi pasukan bayaran yang melindungi para polisi korup. Saat menyusup ke dalam gedung, Tyson dihadang oleh seorang mantan petinju yang kini bekerja sebagai algojo bagi polisi korup. Duel sengit pun terjadi di atas gedung pengkaker langit. Namun, Tyson yang lebih berpengalaman berhasil mengalahkannya dalam pertarungan brutal. Dengan semua bukti yang dikumpulkan, Tyson dan sekutunya akhirnya merencanakan serangan akhir. Mereka menyusup ke markas besar kepolisian yang menjadi pusat dari jaringan korupsi ini. Saat berita tentang jaringan polisi korup tersebar ke publik, kota New York berada dalam kekacauan. Demonstrasi besar-besaran terjadi, menuntut ketelan dan reformasi kepolisian. Berkat usaha Tyson, banyak pejabat tinggi kepolisian akhirnya ditangkap. Beberapa dari mereka mencoba melarikan diri, namun Tyson dan timnya berhasil mencegahnya. Dengan ini, ketelan akhirnya ditegakkan. Setelah semua yang terjadi, Tyson memutuskan untuk lebih fokus pada keluarganya dan membangun yayasan yang melindungi anak-anak dari perdagangan manusia dan ketidakadilan. Ia menyadari bahwa perjuangan ini belum selesai, namun setidaknya ia telah membuka jalan bagi perubahan. Dan bagi dunia, Mike Tyson bukan hanya legenda tinju. Ia adalah pejuang ketelan yang sesungguhnya.